Okay. One thing I want to emphasize over here is that if I write the letter S down, whoops, the letter S to me starts to look like the numeral 5 over time after I write it a bunch of times. So I don't use that. What I use is the letter S that's cursive, looks like that. All right? Whatever works for you. You notice when I type it up, I don't have that issues. And that's another reason why you should really learn to type up your work. All right? So let's go through it. And I want to write the derivative down using a product rule. And write a little different this time because it's a little more complicated. H prime, whoops, not of X. I wish it were X, much easier. But H prime of that letter S. I'll put the prime there. What's that going to be? Well, let's write this down a little differently, too. I'm going to write it as S to the minus 1/2 plus 2S. I'm going to say take its derivative times the second function, 7 minus S to the minus 1, plus, well, I'm going to leave the first function alone now, plus 2S, times the derivative of the second function. There's a problem with those hash marks. They might look like the number 1 to you. They're not. They're hash marks. So let's write this down. H prime of S. And let's see what you get. And I'm looking at this this guy over here. It doesn't look that bad to me. So write this over here. It's going to be minus 1/2. And then S. I take 1 from the exponent. So minus 3/2. Plus, if 2S couldn't get easier, it's 2S. Times 7 minus S to the minus 1. Let's keep moving. You know what? That doesn't look like it's on the S. Let's put this over here. Plus, let's write this down. You know, it doesn't look like minus 1/2 either, does it? Times root of 7 minus S to the minus 1. Well, that's going to be, that's a multiplication. It's going to be, let's see, the minus 1 comes down, so it's going to be plus S to the minus 2. By the way, this is the product rule. We did it, and that is an answer. I want to claim that answer should be listed over here. And I'm kind of looking at it, and I just want to be careful about it. And you should be careful, too. What I mean by that, just don't say it's there without looking at it. You know what? I made a mistake. And someone with the mistake you made, I wrote down something that's not true. I'm going to stop, and what I'm going to do is do it again. I made a mistake. It's a good idea to check your work, by the way, and I'm glad that worked out like that. So what I want to do is write it down again. I'm not looking at the answer. I'm looking at this over here. Let's write down H prime of S. Well, the derivative of S to minus 1/2 is minus 1/2 S. And I'm going to take 1 from the exponent. That's minus 3/2. The derivative of 2S is going to be plus 2. That's done. Then I get 7 minus S to the minus 1 plus S to the minus 1/2 plus 2S. And then the derivative of, you get 7 minus S to the minus 1. Well, the minus 1 comes down, so you get plus S minus 2. All right, let's go back to the key and look at it again. I'm looking for this. I see that right here. Minus 1/2 S to the minus 3S plus 2. I see this right there. See this? I see that, and I see that. Again, I'm going to, multiply it out. All right, just practicing my algebra. And I want to see what happens over here. And I want to do the this first because it's easiest for me to do that. And what do you get there? You're going to get S. Well, minus 2 minus 1/2, that's going to be minus 5/2. And then you can get plus 2S to the minus 1. That's done. I'm going to do the next guy. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to distribute the 7 across first. So what do you get? Minus 7 halves S to the minus 3/2 plus 14. I just distribute the 7. I'm going to distribute this. What are you going to get? Plus 1/2. Well, let's see. Minus 1 minus 3/2 is minus 5/2. And then what do you get? You get plus, oh, no, sorry, not plus, minus 2S to the minus 1. Well, I'm going to look at terms, and I'm trying to look around, and the first thing I noticed is, the minus 5 halves. So I get this one here and this one here. And I'm going to combine those two like terms together. So it's 1/2 plus 1. So it's going to be 1/2 plus 2 halves, which is 3 halves. Okay, those two are done. I'm going to go to the next thing on my list, and that's going to be the minus 3 halves. Well, I see only one of those, so that's pretty easy to write down. So minus 7 halves, s to the minus 3 halves. Let me emphasize what I just did. I just did this guy over here, and that guy now is done. All right, let's keep looking at it. And now I'm left off with, the s to the minus 1 just disappears, which is kind of good news for me. I mean, this guy here, less writing for me, that just disappeared. But now you got plus 14. You need practice in this area, by the way. And what I mean by that, this is where a lot of students mess up in calculus, is their algebra skills. We've already checked my product rule. I'm going to check the simplified form of it. Am I seeing this term over here? Minus 3 halves, s to minus 5? Yes, I am. Am I seeing this? Yes, I am. Am I seeing this? Yes, I am. We're good to go to the next question. Thank you.